Hello, hello, everyone.
I hate you. I was vibing to the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack in my mind. Just, checking on my notifications. Fuck you.
That's fair.
That soundtrack's so good.
Mm-hmm. How does it make you feel?
How does what make me feel? The soundtrack?
Yeah.
Pretty good. It's really good.
Okay.
It's a very good soundtrack.
That's reasonable. That was Powell, right?
Huh?
It was Powell, right?
Yeah, John Powell.
Yeah.
You pronounce that name Powell.
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 Okay. Yes, it was John Powell.
Yeah.
That's who did it.
Yeah.
He did a very good job.
He's one of them good composers.
He's very tasty in his music. No, yeah. Sometimes I just think about it. I like that they play the Romantic Flight song.
Yeah.
On a ride at King's Dominion.
Just wholesale.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The whole because it's like one where you sit in the thing and it just takes you up really high, and you just go in a big circle.
Yeah.
And it was playing, and I'm like, wait a minute, I fucking know this song. And it was definitely the Romantic Flight song from the first film when Hiccup takes a bastard.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, it's just that whole song.
Who's gonna see them? No one.
It was really good though. It set the tone very nicely, and I'm sure it would be really nice on the sunset. But I went up at night, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Last time I went to King's Dominion, it was the Haunt. That's typically when I end up going, because that's when people that I know end up wanting to go.
Oh.
Because, I don't know. I'm not much of an amusement park person. I only just kind of started liking roller coasters sometimes.
No, roller coasters are always the worst part of an amusement park.
Yeah.
You do the other shit.
What other shit?
You got the dark rides.
You've got one.
At that park.
At that park, yes.
That's why it's shit.
That's true. And it's not even good anymore because it's not Scooby-Doo themed anymore.
That's not a dark ride.
It's a dark ride.
Well, they had the roller coaster Scooby-Doo thing. Wait, did they have a dark ride for Scooby-Doo?
The Boo Blaster one? Where you sit in the cart and you drive through the track and you shoot your little laser gun?
I never did that.
It used to be because it was it used to be Scooby-Doo themed. They used to have that license, but it's not. Now it's just generic boot ghost busting.
Okay.
And then but
not the good Ghostbusters, right?
No.
With Tracy the gorilla.
No, not the good one.
Yeah, the only Ghostbusters.
Yeah. No, it's just generic, but it used to be Scooby-Doo themed, and it was very fun.
Oh, okay.
But no, the only other dark ride is the one indoor one. And it's an actual whole ass roller coaster inside.
Yeah, it's not a dark ride then.
Well, then I don't know what to tell you. Then there are no dark rides at that park then.
Well, it's shit then. I like dark rides.
That's fair.
They're good experiences.
I mean, when was the last time you've been there?
Ooh, I think I was in middle school still.
Yeah, you're not missing a whole lot.
Well, no, it's such a trash amusement park.
It's not very good, no.
No.
Yeah.
We'll go to Busch Gardens.
See, that one I love going.
Busch Gardens is great. There's so much to do. Even if you don't
is.
like roller coasters, there's so much you can do there.
Yeah.
And by that I mean all the shit that I like.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Also, it has really good amusement park food.
It truly does. I like the big hall.
Yeah.
It's very, very good food.
Mm-hmm.
Because Megan and I went there. We went there before COVID.
Yeah.
We went every Christmas time.
Yeah.
To go to Christmas Town, and it was very nice. But then COVID happened. But I went in the summer last year.
Mm-hmm.
When things were opening back up and shit. Very fun.
Okay.
Well, kind of fun. I had a headache the whole time.
Fucking take some Tylenol.
I did. I took medicine and it helped a little bit.
Were you drinking?
Like alcohol?
No.
Oh, like water?
Yeah.
Somewhat. It was very hot that day. So
But not enough.
Yeah, it probably wasn't enough, but I was trying.
Yeah, then fuck you.
Well,
You deserve it.
I just get migraines. It's just something I do. It's technically migraine. I forget if it's disease or disorder. Like actually, it's like I need to go to the doctor to get medication.
I don't always forget the difference between disease and disorder.
Yeah, but I need, because that's just as it's diagnosed as migraine. I'm pretty sure it's migraine disease. But I just, I need to go to the doctor to get my migraines diagnosed, and I need to get preventative medication for it instead of over-the-counter stuff that is becoming less and less effective the more I use it, as you do with these kind of things, because I get migraines all the time. I had a little one today because it was very hot and humid and gross and awful.
Just go stronger. Just be stronger.
I'm gonna have my brain lift weights so that it is stronger.
Just be as strong as Marco is here.
When is he ever strong?
Well, that's how low you are.
Oh my god, fuck you. How dare you? That's hurtful. That's just plain mean.
You need to work your way up to Marco.
That's almost a slur, Josh. How could you say that?
Don't be a Marco.
That's a slur. You're gonna get canceled.
By using Marco?
Yes.
I don't know about that one. When I finally make it to the main hall to the palace, I catch my first glimpse of the drones. They're hovering further up the path, toward the amphitheater. It makes me wonder if they're stuck to a grid somehow and had been unable to follow me into the actual garden. I think about turning back and trying to hide in the gardens again, just as I rush through the entrance, but I realize immediately that they're too close. Sure enough, I hear a crack behind me just as I turn the corridor in the main hall towards Nefidu's room. I get a glimpse of it out of the corner of my eye. I'm not sure what I'm expecting, what I expected the weaponry to be. A red laser, an arc of electricity, actual bullets? Maybe. When I do see it, a strange bending of air in the space I'd just been in a second ago, like looking through a warped piece of glass before suddenly it snaps back into place, making my ears pop and throwing my body sideways. I stumble, but I don't stop, and Nefidu's room just a dozen feet ahead of me. Now I can hear the drones, an odd, angry buzzing like wasps. Halt, Marco! I hear Calm's gentle, calm voice, a stark contrast to what he's actually doing right now. It startles me when I put on an extra burst of speed just to reach Nefidu's door. I can only hope that he's there, otherwise I'm going to be cornered. It'll be where I die. With my breath wheezing through my throat, I throw a hand out desperately, pressing it to the black panel on the door. Nothing. It doesn't open. It's locked.
I didn't know you could lock it.
I thought doors don't lock here.
Yeah.
I see the drones, yes, I see the drones out of the corner of my eye, and I pound on the door as hard as I can, screaming as loud as I can. Nefidu! Nefidu, help! There's... No.
Oh, no. Not during the drama, Josh.
It's fine. Yeah, okay, there's a pause, and I hear something to my right that sounds like static, getting louder and louder, and I press myself against the door, waiting for whatever it is to blast, whatever it is, the blast will do to me. Then I'm falling through the space. I'm convinced that I've died, that this falling sensation is what it's like to die. Will I land on something, or just fall forever? I set my I get my arms.
Answer.
Arms.
It says answer, Josh. There's a W.
Yes, as is normal.
Oh shit, that's right. It's just M upside down. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Exactly. Almost immediately as I hit the ground face first on the hard marble floor. I am dazed as there's a sharp crack behind me, and I feel the force of it sending a gust of wind over me.
Ahotep!
Neferu's voice yelps above me, and I can hear the sound of the door sliding shut.
Calm, what is going on?
Disengage your door's security measures, Neferu.
What's happening?
Neferu is crouching over me now, and I think he's talking to me, but Calm answers him instead as the jackal starts to help me to my feet. The child is to be terminated. Please disengage security to allow drone entry.
What? No. Marco, what's happening?
Neferu has pulled me to my feet at this point, looking me right in the eye. I find myself way more out of breath than I thought I was, as I try to gasp out an answer.
Or do you pronounce it like wasp?
I was about to say wasp.
That would make it gosp.
Gasp?
He gasps out an answer.
That sounds like a new form of gossip.
I find myself way more out of breath than I thought I was as I try to gasp out an answer.
Like, it sounds like Zoomer speech for gossip. Oh, what's that hot gasp?
Like, don't. No. You would say gasp if you were saying gasp, but with a British accent.
I know I sometimes say goss, but like I feel like that's old that's boomer speak at this point, right? So like they have
you say goss as in like hot goss,
yeah.
like gossip.
Yeah.
Oh no, gosp. You say gosp like this here.
Yeah.
You're just saying gasp, but with a British accent. You gasp. You gasp.
Gasp.
You gasp out an answer.
That's.
But it's pronounced gasp in American speak.
Where did this word come from? What's the history of the word gasp?
Where do they mostly come from?
I don't know.
I mean, it's one of those words.
Gasp.
Gasp. Oh my god, I'm going to gasp out an answer.
Inhale suddenly with mouth of gape. Oh, wait.
Gasp.
See if there's a British setting and you can do it British.
Does it say the origin?
I don't think, not in the definition
Norse.
usually. Norse.
Its origin is Norse.
Okay, Old Norse.
Which was like to yawn?
To yawn. That makes sense. You're taking in air. What is the word? Let me see. I can see it. Gaspa.
Gaspa.
Gaspa. Gaspa.
What's...
I tried to gasp out an answer.
You say that I'm gonna get canceled. You're the one doing all the accents.
They don't care. What worry do they have to do for a dumb American like myself?
You never know. Amicus lost Empire ship.
Neferu, open the damn door.
Kato's voice crackles through the speakers above me, making me jump. It's strained and breathing heavily, and I wonder what he's going to do now, what Amicus is doing. The jackal pushes me back to stand behind him, keeping himself between me and the door. Even though he's got his face set into a stern glare, he's as calm as he always is.
Kato, what an unpleasant surprise to hear your voice. May I ask why you want entry into my quarters? The Emperor's quarters, you dog. Calm, override security door.
Overriding security.
You can just do that?
There's a hiss and a click from the door, and suddenly it slides open. Quickly, Neferu backs into me, much like Amicus did earlier this morning, and I find myself pressed back into one of the pillars, the jackal's body almost entirely covering me up. Although I know Amicus is a good deal bigger than Neferu, I'm still struck by the jackal's size now that he's so close to me. Step aside, Neferu, or risk being shot. I will gun you down.
Don't shoot the jackal. Neferu, what are you doing with it?
Akato is breathing heavily, and and it sounds like he's moving around.
Can't see a damn thing. Have you called a ship?
Yes, your Imperial Majesty. There's more muffled moving around, and I wonder what Kato's speaking into. Maybe a drone?
Neferdu, I asked you a question. Simply protecting a fellow Chemian.
There's a moment of silence.
A what? Chemian.
Neferdu enunciates very slowly, and I look up at the back of his head, just as confused as Kato.
Don't press so damn hard, cat. What do you mean, Neferdu?
Akato's voice takes a more growly tone as he turns his attention from whatever he was doing back at us.
I mean that the child has been granted citizenship in the Chemian kingdom, and it would be unwise to attack him.
Neferdu's voice takes on an almost smug tone.
An attack on him would mean an attack on us all. Surely you understand this, Emperor. You lie. Would you like to test that?
There's a long pause. In the meantime, a low rumbling sound grows, audible not only through the intercom, but through the floor of the palace as well. The ship is arriving, Your Imperial Majesty.
Yes, I can see that, cat. Neferdu.
Another long pause.
We will discuss this further once I'm back in the palace. I don't know what you and Amicus have planned, but know that I'll be keeping a very close eye on you. That creature is not to leave the palace.
The wolf suddenly grunts, and I can hear the voices on the other wolves as well.
I'm fine. Just get me to hospital.
There are a few sounds of movement, grunting, cursing, and voices of concern before the wolf speaks to us again.
And remember, you have no way off this moon at the moment. It would be wise to do as I say. Of course, Your Majesty.
Kato grunts.
Come, cancel last directive. Execute Marco if he tries to leave the palace.
Yes, Kato. The connection suddenly cuts off, and the two of us are left to stand in silence. Finally, Neferdu lets out a long, soft sigh.
Damn.
The jackal finally takes a few steps forward before turning to face me.
Well, this situation is less than ideal. I received news that you somehow rose from the dead last night. And now this. Come, send us the physician.
Even though I've caught my breath at this point, I realize that I'm sweaty and covered in scratches. Cannot comply with directive. Felix is currently in the dungeon. Fuck you two!
What? Why?
Under the orders of the Emperor, Neferdu.
Damn.
This time the jackal says it out of amazement rather than annoyance.
Well, send bandages and a salve at least.
Yes, Neferdu.
Marco, what happened? Where's Amicus?
After a few more deep breaths, I begin to go over everything that just happened, starting at the point where we woke up by Kato and ended up where I'd attacked Cassius, killing him, and made a run for Neferdu's room.
I murdered this bastard stone dead. And then ran here. It's fine.
I try to keep things vague, like Kato just decided Amicus was unfit for the job and wanted to
illegitimate.
No, I know what the word is.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah, that's it.
Put Cassius on the throne. But of course, Neferdu immediately realizes that I'm leaving things out.
Oh, hey. Marco, evened out his KD. Well, he would have if he killed Cassius.
Yeah.
He would have evened it out. He's still 0-1.
Yeah.
So, suck.
It is what it is.
Then why does he want you executed? It seems odd he suddenly decided to do all this now.
I hesitate, and it's at this moment the door slides open, causing me to jump and cower as a drone enters.
Steady, Marco. It's just the medical supplies I requested. Have a seat on the bed.
There are 2 beds, but the jackal gestures at the smaller one. Dumbly, I point this out to him. Why do you have 2 beds? As I sit, a Nephidus sets supplies, all laid out on a metal tray, to the side, uncocking a bottle and dipping a brush into it. Don't die over there.
Oh, God.
Then he starts to apply a dark orange liquid to the cuts on my arms and legs.
And then it poisons me and I die.
Oh, lit.
Well, one for the Emperor, and interestingly enough, this one for the Emperor's pet. Lift your arm.
I do as he says, still feeling numb as he starts to coat a rather deep cut on the underside of my arm. Can we go find Amicus?
Where is Amicus, Com?
That information is confidential and only accessible by the Emperor, Nephidu. I see the jackal's eyes narrow as my stomach twists. What does that mean?
Could mean any number of things.
I clutch my hands together, feeling my anxiety grow. But is he alright? What if Kato did something to him? Nephidu rests upon my shoulder.
I understand your worry for Amicus' safety, but also understand that Kato would not even think of taking Amicus' life. Your wolf is likely imprisoned somewhere after what he did.
That doesn't make me feel all that much better, but I manage to hold still as the jackal continues to treat me. After a period of silence, though, Nephidu sighs.
So, at this point it seems we're in a rather precarious situation. I promised Amicus that if something happened to him, I would do everything in my power to keep you safe.
Nephidu pauses, and only continues when I look up to meet his eyes.
It would seem that what he worried about has come to pass, and now I must carry out that promise. But to do that, I need you to be honest with me, so that I may know exactly what we are dealing with.
I gaze at Nephidu for a while, wondering how much is at stake right now. The events of the past few hours have only left me emotionally drained, numb aside from the twisting anxiety of wondering what's happening to Amicus right now. I feel myself deflate. Amicus made first contact with me. Kato found out. I wait for a moment, wondering if the jackal is just going to toss me out into the hall after learning such a terrible secret. But when Nephidu doesn't say anything, I look up. I guess I expected to see a look of shock or even horror on the jackal's face, but it mostly just looks annoyed.
You know, I had suspected such a thing considering all of the odd quirks you possess. But I had also thought that even Amicus would not be so foolish enough to do it.
I feel myself grow a little defensive. Hey, he didn't know. He's just an idiot. We'd been contacted by the wolves before, but we lost the history of it somehow.
Even so, he should have taken more care. That's in the past now, however. We must focus on the present.
Aren't you worried about getting in trouble?
Me? Why would I be worried?
Isn't unauthorized first contact, like, really, really bad?
Well, yes, but I'm not the one that committed the crime. The burden rests on Amicus and on the wolves. I'm merely here to help a sapient that I did not know was an uncontacted alien.
Nephidu starts to wrap the bandages around the deepest cut on my arm. And how did I become a citizen?
I authorized it at the embassy shortly after the deal I made with Amicus. You were never officially his pet, thus never a member of the Empire. We thought it best to simply grant you citizenship in the meantime.
You can just do that?
Well, yes. I'm the son of the Pharaoh.
Don't I have a say? Don't I have to sign something or something?
It has been taken care of.
How?
Again, son of the Pharaoh.
I sit in silence for a while, trying to comprehend all of this, while still worrying about Amicus. Can we find out where Amicus is? God, a one-track mind.
Like, actually. We will shortly.
How? Oh my god.
Even if it was supposedly a secret, word spreads fast in these halls.
Why are you helping me? This is all so crazy.
I have told you before, Marco. It is the duty of a Chemian to help a sapient in distress.
I stare at the jackal. And why else? Neferu smiles gently at me.
Despite our past interactions, I consider Amicus a friend. You are very important to him, and I see it as my duty to keep you safe. And would it be strange that I consider you a friend as well?
Friend. Does this have to do with the Alliance? Neferu continues to smile.
I suppose there are a few other reasons.
Those reasons are pretty easy to figure out. Keeping me protected will keep Amicus happy, and Amicus knowing that Neferu did that will make the Alliance more likely, assuming we get out of this mess. Obviously Neferu won't say, but knowing this is most likely the main reason actually makes me feel a little better. I don't have to worry that the jackal has some other nefarious plans in store for me. Virginia requests access to your quarters, Neferu.
Ah, and here might be the answer to your earlier question. Granted, Com.
The door slides open, revealing Virginia. She doesn't look happy. Immediately, she stalks into the room, eyes on me, glaring. I wonder what exactly it is she's waiting for. Then the door slides shut. What in the name of Ranimus have you done, alien? Neferu chuckles.
Easy, Virginia. He's been through quite a lot in the past hour.
Easy. Cassius and Cato are in the hospital. Amicus is in the dungeons. Cassius is to become emperor. Our plans are in ruins, Neferu.
We haven't seen this portrait for her yet.
Yeah, she's
all
grouchy,
angry.
like,
She's all angry.
This is her in the morning, probably. The wolf folds her arms and walks around slowly so that she can better look at me. What happened? My first instinct is to stay quiet, cross my eyes and the dull, vacant stare, and pretend not to understand. But then I realize I don't have to anymore. I'd come to this realization after the second trial, but now that everything has fallen apart, now that I actually have some protection, I find myself bristling at the she-wolf's accusing stare. Cato's a complete monster. He staged the third trial so that Amicus would lose. I used the Nervo on Cassius, and should have done the same to Cato. Then Amicus ripped off his visor. Virginia gives me a look of surprise, probably not expecting me to be so honest, or maybe she's just shocked at how brutal things got. She then looks to Neferu, who nods in response. But why? That's when I hesitate again. But again, I feel like it doesn't matter much anymore. Amicus made first contact with my species. What? The wolf looks horrified, bringing a paw to her muzzle. Now this is the kind of a reaction I'd expect. Why would he do such a thing? I don't know. His research on my planet told him otherwise, I think. Virginia just stares at me, then looks away towards the door.
Honestly, knowing your brother, it's not all that surprising.
I know my brother is an idiot. I did not know he's psychotic. Now I really bristle. The idiot thing might be kind of true, but talking about Amicus like this after everything that's happened, while he's sitting in the dungeons, wherever those are, is making me angry. Hey, he had no reason to believe that we weren't part of the Galaxia. The libraries or archives or whatever told him that we were. He just panicked and rushed things when he found out the truth. Neferu and Virginia stare at me, looking unconvinced. I sigh. So where are the dungeons? Is he okay? Can I see him? Virginia paces around to the side, staring into the fountain. He was stunned by a drone, but was conscious as he was escorted to the dungeon. The dungeons are under the palace, possibly just under our feet. I look down automatically at the marble floor, picturing the wolf sitting down there. Can I see him? Obviously not. Akato has allowed access only for himself. That authority will pass on to Cassius when he becomes emperor. I continue to stare at the floor. I feel better now that I know that he's at least alive, but I want to see him. I need to see him. So what do we do now? I look up to see that Virginia is talking to Neferu.
I'm working on it. This will take some time to sort out.
And it was all going so well.
As it often does before it falls apart.
What are you talking about? We were gonna murder Kato, and Virginia glances at me in a mild surprise, like she forgot I was there. It does not concern you, Marco. You look injured. Why don't you rest? I stand up. Oh, look, I think by now you know that I'm not an idiot slave for you to order around anymore. It was an act. I understand everything you say, and I know all of you have your own little agendas. I see Virginia bristle, but I just don't care anymore. But honestly, I don't really give a fuck what either of you want. I just want to help Amicus. So if that's part of this plan you're talking about, then I want to know about it. The two aliens stare at each other. Neferu starts laughing, but I cut him off. Stop acting like everything's so fucking amusing to you. This isn't funny. Amicus is in trouble, and even though he put me in this mess, he's the only one I know for sure that gives damn about what happens to me. Thankfully, the jackal does stop laughing, regarding me with those blue eyes.
You're right, Marco. I apologize. I was just not expecting such a powerful retort, and I like it.
He then turns to Virginia.
He's part of this as much as we are. I believe he should know what we are up to.
Virginia sniffs. Granting him Chemian citizenship seems to have bolstered his boldness. I wonder if that was a mistake.
It was necessary.
Neferu then turns to me.
Marco, these plans were meant to be set in motion once Amicus became emperor. We both have interests in Amicus becoming emperor. We did not interfere during the trials, but we did plan to begin our work when it was all but confirmed he would become emperor.
What interests?
Well, it may come as no surprise that I wish to have an alliance. Virginia, on the other hand.
Neferu glances at her. The wolf barely seems interested and shrugs her shoulders. To be his chief advisor.
In the end, we both agreed that Amicus would be best to fulfill both our interests as opposed to Cassius. We simply agreed to help each other accomplish these plans of ours.
Interests? I guess that's the appropriate word to describe what most relationships hinge on in this stupid empire. That's in general. Like,
Shit.
Come on. Do you even care that your brother is in the dungeon? I ask Virginia directly, surprising myself. Or do you just care about what interests you? Virginia scoffs at me, and Neferu gives me what I can only imagine is a warning look. I care deeply about many things. What I don't care about is being lectured by an alien who does not understand the meaning of woven legacy. I don't say anything, and Neferu coughs.
Anyway, we have plans to work together to see if there might not be a way to redeem Amicus and place him on the throne.
Already? Wait. Did you already have plans to unseat Cassius if he won?
Yes.
I shake my head, realizing just how much of a facade this entire empire really is. Well, then I want to help. And what would you be able to do? While I never had a problem with Virginia while I was pretending to be a pet, I find talking with her directly to be rather unpleasant. But I guess it makes sense that she'd be bitter toward me. I'm technically the reason her brother is in the dungeon, and her chance of being advisor is now 0 under Cassius.
Virginia may be right, Marco. You're on unstable ground with Kato and Cassius, the 2 most powerful wolves on the moon. You should probably stay hidden in my quarters for this foreseeable future.
I frown. All day? Every day?
Yes.
I don't like the sound of that. Well, you could be useful if the 3rd trial was truly staged. Obviously, your word won't hold much weight, but if we can find footage to go along with it, we might be able to put a dent in Kato and Cassius's image. I look at Virginia, but she's already stalking off toward the door. Unfortunately, I have to attend a meeting in Kato's stead for obvious reasons. We'll have to discuss all of this in depth later. As she reaches out for the black panel, I suddenly have an idea. Virginia. She doesn't say anything, but her ears perk. Could you talk to Cassius when he's Emperor about letting me see Amicus? I just want to make sure he's okay. There's a short pause at the door, as the door opens, before I see her nod her head. I'll see what can be done. With that, she steps out and the door closes behind her. I'm left alone with the Jackal, my new, well, not master. I guess more of a partner. Actually, we'll probably end the part here. This is getting a little bit long.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well,
that was exciting.
Is that exciting?
We got to hang out with Virginia.
Yeah.
Got to blow her freaking gourd, which was pretty fun. Be like, haha, I'm smart, bitch. What's up? Well,
and she wasn't impressed.
Yeah, not even a little
I'm
bit.
smart. Are you?
Are you? She says. For real, though.
He's smart, he says.
Shut up. What a good one, Marco.
But yeah, we'll see you around, everyone.